Yes.
That sounds quite extraordinary.
Yeah, the name is from the Greek.
The Greek.
Yeah, it means absolute power of God.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me, when did you start performing comedy?
Fun Factory had a segment called Find the Funny.
Find the Funny.
Richard was doing that segment, and so I went up and performed for the very first time, and people laughed, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm funny, a little bit." But then the backstory was more of I'd always seen Mike Check and Omar Daniel and you. And I used to be funny in my peers, but I didn't feel like it was an obligation for me to go to stage.
Yes,
like
and make people laugh.
Yeah, I didn't think it was something really
You are afraid
important.
of their problems.
And so when my friends told me, you just go and try, I was like, okay, let me go try and see what happens after. And I'm like, okay, this could actually work out. It'd be good to share your joy with the world. So that's how I got into.
Pretty good, yeah?
Yeah.
So what has been the most defining moment in your comedy career?
I think when I performed at All Saints Cathedral, Nakasero, for the youth, it was more than just a performance. It was more like a sharing your gift with people, and seeing people happy it's a very rewarding thing.
You cracked jokes and people gave their lives to Christ?
Not really, but I think they were encouraged to stay around.
They were
encouraged to stay around. Yeah.
Wow, I thought they were, so deep that, they came up with them. So what has been that moment when you felt like, you know what, I'm tired of comedy, I have to get out of this thing?
Earlier last year, I stopped doing comedy for, around maybe I think March, I stopped.
Yes.
I felt like people didn't understand what I was saying.
They didn't understand what you're saying.
So I died a couple of times, which had happened before, but then of course, continuous dying on stage discourages you. I was like, let me give it a rest. I didn't say I was going to get out. I was like, let me rest and do the jokes in my head where everyone in my head laughs. Yeah, so that was between then and December. I was just
tell you what, death in comedy is inevitable.
Yeah,
I've died 6.5 times, but you are still here. The most important thing is if you can go back and do a post-mortem and find out, why did I die? Was it the jokes that were not funny? Was it that it wasn't my target audience? You ask all those questions. Was it the wrong timing? Were people hungry?
Yeah, sure.
Was it the joke that annoyed somebody? So once you do the post-mortem and find out the cause, then you're able to go and change everything, unless the post-mortem is inconclusive. World over, which comedians do you look up to?
I used to look up to Trevor Noah, but I think he's a little bit busy now. I've been watching Dave Chappelle lately. I think he's a very smart,
very intelligent
guy. Kevin Hart also. I think I like how he presents and humorizes his life. Yeah. I think
okay. Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not.
Why? The cough was. Is there something?
I think the friend zone. I've been captured there.
Friend zone. What is friend zone?
That time where it's a place where you can't do much. You have long distance hugs. You don't talk a lot on phone. You're that guy who they tell, this is my real boyfriend. I'm like, oh.
Why do they friend zone you in particular?
Too many jokes.
Too many jokes.
Yeah, you tell a girl you're a comedian, she's like, oh, so you think a relationship is also going to be part of your jokes? Or you're going to use my content?
So you need to change the word. Tell them you're a joy activist. So we tell them you're a humor specialist. Yeah, you see nowadays jobs are changing. What used to be secretary used to be now they're called administrative assistants. Do you know, being an administrative assistant, people who slash the compound, they don't call them slashers, they're called typography experts. The plumbers, these plumbers, they're called sanitary engineers. So you also have to motivate yourself. Me, Pablo, tell you I'm a stand-up comedian. Humor specialist. We specialize in joy activism. Make your job sound important. If you can't convince them, confuse them. Dunamis. That was extremely serious, yeah? Anyhow, so now that they are friend zoned you, do you also friend zone other people?
No.